When the foundation shatters at sub-zero temperatures, survival is no longer about strength. It's about neurological response time. This is the ultimate nightmare of alpine ascent. Total structural failure of the ice.
Dropping from this height with about 80 kilograms of dead weight, watch the transition from freefall to a perfect recovery. This is the science of force absorption. When your body becomes the shock absorber, there is zero room for error. Lifting 12 plates of concentrated mass on a single axis is the ultimate test of unilateral strength and core stabilization. Without a balanced bar, your body must fight a shifting center of gravity just to keep the weight from collapsing. This isn't just lifting. It's a battle against leverage and mechanical disadvantage. Lifting nearly 100 kilograms using nothing but the jaw and neck is the ultimate test of cranial structural integrity. This feat requires a level of isometric tension and cervical strength. Witness the result of extreme skeletal calcification, where the human shin is transformed into a biological sledgehammer. With lower limb density that rivals industrial steel, this athlete doesn't just hit the timber, he shatters its molecular structure. This is the pinnacle of physical conditioning and raw, focused power. Mastery of the ancient flow. These traditional Iranian tools are more than weighted clubs. They are a century-old blueprint for rotational strength and shoulder mobility. By synchronizing the body's kinetic chain from the back to the front, this athlete honors a lineage of warriors. Mastery has no expiration date. True excellence isn't found in a luxury facility. It's engineered in the wild. By transforming raw timber and primitive materials into high-resistance machinery.
Ready, bro?
This is the raw definition of functional structural integrity, carrying a load that dwarfs the human frame with surgical balance. The question isn't how he lifts it, it's how much does that weigh? Drop your estimate in the comments. Look at the sheer explosive power required to move a 150-kilogram natural stone. This is an incredible display of raw manpower. While the coach provides the technical blueprint, the athlete provides the absolute force. This is where high-level coaching meets unstoppable grit. This is a high-stakes encounter with the Leiden-Frost effect. By passing a hand through a stream of molten lava, this individual relies on a micro-thin layer of vapor to create a momentary thermal barrier. This isn't just a firefight. It's a masterclass in shielding mechanics. Watch as they utilize improvised barriers to negate high-velocity thermal streams.
Get back if he does.
True mastery over the natural world requires absolute composure in the face of an apex predator. Watch as this specialist maintains total control, using precise positioning and calculated movement to dictate the engagement. In the water, there is no room for hesitation. This is a brutal display of force distribution and mental grit. Pulling a multi-ton truck is a feat of raw power, but doing it across a bed of shattered glass is a test of neurological conditioning. Witness the science of biological resilience. Pressing the full weight of the torso against razor-sharp fragments requires more than just courage. It requires extreme skin conditioning and the mastery of isometric tension. By distributing the pressure across the body's structural frame, the athlete remains untouched by the shards. This is the definition of a human shield.
This isn't just a machine. It's a telerobotic extension of the human will. By synchronizing high-torque AI actuators with real-time hand movements, the operator can exert force that far exceeds biological limits. When traditional drainage fails, physics provides the solution. By creating a temporary vacuum and utilizing atmospheric pressure, This simple glass becomes a powerful hydrodynamic siphon. It's a masterclass in pressure differentials, forcing the water to climb against gravity and clear the blockage. No tools required, just a fundamental understanding of the elements. Forget mechanical jacks. This is raw, unadulterated human force. Lifting two vehicles simultaneously requires more than just muscle. It demands elite skeletal alignment and massive lower body drive. Witness a level of power that turns industrial weight into a personal challenge. This is the definition of a human powerhouse. This is a lethal gamble with precision. Balancing on glass bottles while a high-velocity chainsaw runs across the back requires a nervous system of steel. There is zero margin for error. Back in the traditional Ikata, strength is built through grueling repetition. This 12-kilogram heavy spade isn't just a tool, it's a weapon for building functional endurance and rotational power, proving that ancient training methods still produce the world's most resilient athletes. Shattering industrial brick with raw forearm impact. This is the result of extreme bone density conditioning and explosive kinetic energy. Age is a variable, not a limit. At 60 years old, this master demonstrates a level of mobility and structural control that puts younger athletes to shame. "60 meters of high-velocity friction. Watch the transition from a controlled descent to a brutal survival slide. At these speeds, the road becomes a grinding wheel. This is a testament to reactive recovery and the resilience of the human spirit. 6 inches of ground clearance, 70 kilograms of endurance. This isn't a toy, it's a masterclass in microengineering. Built to handle adult weight with high durability gear ratios, this custom invention proves that size is no barrier to mechanical efficiency. Using high-velocity impact to reset the mountain. By firing a cannonball into the glacier's shelf, they trigger a controlled structural failure of the snow. This is the raw power of gravity unleashed through technical intervention. The mountain moves, the earth speaks. Witness the roar. A terrifying transition from solid ice to a subterranean void. When the upper shelf of a glacier fails, survival depends on the physics of the fall. Trapped within a lightless ice tunnel, this individual navigated a lethal labyrinth to find the surface. This isn't just luck, it's the ultimate survival reflex in a sub-zero nightmare. Escaping the abyss, defying the freeze. High-speed engagement on the world's most unstable terrain. These riders aren't just racing, they are managing the friction of ice at terminal velocity. Watch the synchronization as they clear the gap. A perfect calculation of airtime and momentum. On the mountain, balance is the only law. Master the peak. Own the descent.
Robin!
This is a descent into the impossible. Navigating a near-vertical cliff face, the athlete relies on maximum brake pressure and absolute center of gravity control. Watch the moment balance is lost, and the split-second recovery that saved a life. If you respect this level of nerves, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, and like the video.
Oh, my brakes are still working. Oh my god.
Unbelievable synchronization at peak velocity. These two riders demonstrate a masterclass in downhill control, reading the mountain's texture in real time. It's a high-speed dance where every turn is a gamble and every move is a statement of skill.